In December 2019, the Chinese authorities notified the world that a virus was spreading throughout their community. In the following months, it spreads to another country, with cases doubling within. This virus is the severe called COVID-19, and that everyone simply calls coronavirus. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Mahathir, and today I will talk about coronavirus disease or coronavirus pandemic. Coronavirus may spread via surfaces and it can survive for days, depends on the surface. The main way of spreading seems to be droplet of infection when people cough or sneeze. It also transmitted when you touch someone who is infected by the virus. Touching your body, say rubbing your eyes or nose after touching someone infected by the virus also is a main cause people getting infected. The virus started its journey here and then hitched a ride as a stowaway deeper into the body. Its destination are the intestine, the spleen or the lung, where it can have the most dramatic effect. Even just a few coronavirus can cause quite a dramatic situation. The lungs are lined with billions of epithelial cells. These are the body cells of your body, lining to your organ and mucosa, waiting to be infected. Corona connects to a specific receptor on its victim's membrane to inject its genetic material. The cell don't know what's happening, execute the new instruction, which are pretty simple: copy and reassemble. It fills up with more and more copy of the original virus until it reaches a critical point and receives one final order: self-destruct. The cell sort of melts away, releasing new corona particle ready to attack more cells. The number of infected cells grow exponentially. After about 10 days, millions of body cells are infected and billions of viruses swarm the lung. The virus did not cause too much damage yet, but it will affect your own immune system. As the immune system pours into the lung to fight the viruses, the virus infects some of them and cause confusion. Coronavirus causes infected immune cells to overreact, causing immune system to send more immune cells than it should be. Thousands of neutrophils start pumping out enzymes that destroy many body cells and enemies. Killer T cells, which usually order infected cells to commit controlled suicide, confused as they start ordering healthy body cells to kill themselves too. The more immune cells arrive, the more healthy lung tissue they kill and more damage they cause. This might get so bad that it can cause irreversible permanent damage that leads to lifelong disabilities. In most cases, the immune system slowly regains control. It kills the infected cells, intercepts the viruses trying to infect new ones, and cleans up the dead virus. Recovery begins. The majority of people infected by corona will get through it with relatively mild symptoms, but many cases become severe and even critical. In severe cases, billions of epithelial cells have died, thus the lung protective lining is gone. This causes the alveoli, the tiny sites which breathing occurs, can be infected by bacteria. They are not usually a big problem. Patients get pneumonia, respiration becomes hard or even fails, and patients need a ventilator to survive. The immune system have at full capacity for weeks. As thousands of bacteria rapidly multiply, the immune system overwhelmed. The bacteria will enter the blood and overrun the body. If this happens, that is very likely. There are two features for the corona pandemic: fast and slow. Which feature we will see depends on how we all react to it in the early days of the outbreak. A fast pandemic will be horrible as it costs many lives. A slow pandemic will cause few to none casualties and will not be remembered by the history books. The worst scenario for a fast pandemic begins with a very rapid rate of infection because there are no countermeasures to slow it down. In a fast pandemic, many people get sick at the same time. If the numbers get too large, healthcare system will unable to handle it. There are not enough resources like medical staff or equipment like ventilator to help everyone. People will die untreated. As more healthcare workers get sick themselves, the capacity of health system fall even further. If this becomes the case, then horrible decisions will have to be made about who gets to live and who doesn't. The number of deaths rise significantly in such a scenario. To avoid this, all of us need to do what we can to turn this into slow. A pandemic is slowed down by the right responses, especially in the early phase. so that everyone who gets sick can get treatment and there is no crunch point with overwhelmed hospital. There are many ways to flatten the curve and prevent the virus from spreading. Although it sounds trivial, the best thing you can do is to wash your hands regularly. The next thing is social distancing, which is not a nice experience but a nice thing to do. This means no hugging, no handshake, no kissing, and no physical contact with other people. You also should wear face masks when going out. The last thing is to stay at home. These are not great experience and certainly not popular, but they buy us and especially the researcher working on medication and vaccination crucial time. In this age and in this day and age, it really is in all of our hand, literally and figuratively. Thanks for watching this video. I hope we all can band together to stop this pandemic.